the BOC models and tests the resilience of banks with outlying scenarios. The Bank of Canada regularly models hypothetical situations to the test of the resilience of the banks. In this case, they worked with the IMF to test against the extreme hypothetical situation, while extreme is also considered possible, so it has a real value. Now, to clarify, that isn't a forecast for what happens. However, it's an educated group of indicators that often accompany each other. So back again, we've already went through the possibility scenarios on this channel through housing for many years now on trends in the housing market and housing videos that I did. And a lot of it didn't go through because we're not going through textbook 101 business that we learned in basic business that we learned in high school. Whatever you learned or whatever you thought you knew about business, throw it right out the window, because they always have their smoke and mirrors and they're always finding a way to create a way to keep this going, right? Economies don't work in a vacuum, so typically there's a cascading effect. Usually a drop in consumption leads to a loss of employment, right? That drop of employment feeds further loss of consumption eventually that impacts how much people can pay for a home. The exercise isn't a forecast that gives us an interesting insights of how an economy is expected to work. The point is actually determine if banks can survive a worst case scenario. Spoiler, they can. It's just not pretty. So, okay, hold on. But the question is, let me ask this question to Better Dwelling. Has foreign investing made such an impact? Because you guys, Better Dwelling has the article themselves where it says Canada would be in a recession if it wasn't for money laundering. Now, my question is there enough foreign investing in Canada, basically, that even if the locals lose their jobs, it won't make a ripple effect, or it won't make too much of an adjustment in housing because the locals don't own their homes anymore? I mean, there's local people that own their homes, but they're unhinged and they're ready to fall off because of what's happened with this COVID. So that's my question to you guys, Better Dwelling, if you could answer this. Is there enough foreign ownership in the country that it doesn't really matter what happens to the local Canadians or the local Australians too? Australians are in the same position we are, so are New Zealanders, and so are you people in the UK, right?